Hi, I'm Dr. Joan Friedman. Welcome back to Twin Tuesday. I have a young patient. He's a male identical twin in his 30s, and he's really going through a very deliberate and thoughtful separation from his brother. He's in a relationship right now with a woman, and they're going to be moving in together. And he's been very circumspect about how he's communicating with his brother and being very sensitive and vigilant about his brother's reactions to his leaving him in some way and going on with his life with his romantic partner. And when I was listening to him, he was telling me about how his girlfriend reacted to something that his twin brother did. And reacted to what he did in a very different way than my patient did, of course, because he has a twin perspective on his brother, where his partner is just coming in as a separate individual without the twin history. And I was really remarkably admiring of my patient because he understands and leaves a lot of space for his girlfriend to have her reactions, and recognizing and knowing that her reactions are not going to mirror what he's thinking or feeling, because he's coming from a perspective of having known his brother inside and out very closely for so many years. And he, of course, is going to have a different perspective and a different subjectivity about what his brother's talking about that is not going to be the same or to mirror what his girlfriend is thinking and saying. So it's very important. It's a very quick transfer about ambivalence. It's like my patient has to recognize that his partner has a very different idea about what's going on. And at the same time, he has to recognize that he's coming from such a different place of feeling loyalty and feeling guilty about, abandoning his brother, and really needing to form his own subjectivity about his brother's reactions. And so both the romantic partner and my patient are coming at a situation from a very different point of view. And I think this must happen a lot with partners who are partnering with twins, because the partner certainly doesn't have the lifelong experience of the attachment, the connection, the depth of how they've grown up together. She or he is going to react as just a regular person as opposed to reacting how a twin might react. So I thought it was just a very interesting and thoughtful and provocative subject to kind of talk about, that when you're with a twin and you're his or her partner, that the perspectives are going to be very different because you both don't come from the same lifelong deep connection that the twins have had their whole life. And if this isn't handled well or properly or thoughtfully, it usually creates a tremendous amount of tension and conflict within a partnership, because each person wants the other person to agree or to say their perspective is right or wrong. And it's simply a question of accepting different perspectives, different points of views, rather than feeling as if one person has to be right. I mean, and that goes for conflicts with lots of partners in all sorts of situations. But it is specifically important to recognize that a twin's perspective on his twin's behavior will be very different than the partner's. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.